Do you know the weaknesses of the main bosses? Which plans can counter them? Isn't that simple? Just use the laser beam, or activate Primal Pea Shooter's ability. Add Torchwood for support against powerful enemies. As long as your damage is high, all fancy skills are useless. With high DPS, skills become irrelevant. End of video, let's call it a day. Just kidding, let's analyze this in detail. First, bosses like the ones from Egypt, PvZ, Wild West, Future, and Steam Ages. Most skills are nullified by Cherry Bomb's ultimate skill. Whether it's a charge, summoning, or special abilities, one ultimate interrupts everything. Even the multiple missiles from the Wild West boss, targeting 3 areas, can be interrupted by Cherry Bomb. Even if Revive Radish tries to recover, it's useless. For the PvZ's boss, when it summons tons of imps, activate Blubber or Power Lily's ultimate. Both can counter it. But in Pirate Endless mode, Blubber's supply is always insufficient. Don't worry, let's use a more fashionable and magical method. When the Pirate Cannon appears with imps, activate Primal Pea Shooter's ultimate. Combine it with Torchwood to deal massive damage. The boss will be stunned instantly. Even while stunned, its health doesn't drop completely. If the boss exposes the imp cannon before it fires, activate a plant's ultimate. Just a little damage can stun it. And if a pea shooter passes through Torchwood's fire, even one pea can interrupt its attack. For future bosses, aside from Laser Beam, Twin Sunflower and Power Lily can help. But they're resource intensive. Their practicality is not very high. For Steam Ages bosses, their skills are very annoying. Whether it's throwing coal or summoning trains, they easily disrupt your formation. Be careful, this boss loves to jump. It usually jumps several times before using its skill. The best strategy is to use Primal Pea Shooter's ultimate when it lowers its head to prepare a skill. Trigger the ultimate to interrupt it. Once the ultimate is over, it'll keep jumping endlessly. Trying to attack my plants, ha! Why not just keep jumping instead? Watch out for train cracks. You can't remove them using split peas. If you plan to try, you might as well go to sleep. Three, Dark Ages boss. This is where Magnifying Gross comes in handy. Its ultimate can interrupt all skills of the Dark Ages boss. Also, here's a tip. While the boss is under the ultimate's control, it takes 25% more damage. For Lost City boss, this boss is a flying unit, so be cautious. Using Blueberry removes its 5th level cross damage, significantly lowering your damage output. For the 16th boss, you don't need to overthink it. Use any damage-dealing plants. Its skills are very weak anyway. It only summons first-tier parachute zombies, which are no threat to high-level plants. In Endless mode, Aloe and Electric Pea Shooter can finish it off easily. 5. Kung Fu World Boss. This boss calls for our little pineapple. Why pineapple, you ask? If one ultimate isn't enough for the Kung Fu boss, just hit it with another ultimate. Triple strikes. Get on your knees now. Flying Dragon Slash is fast and deadly. It can knock back plants easily. The only advice here is, when the boss jumps down a second time and prepares to use Flying Dragon Slash, finish the battle quickly. 6. Frostbite Caves and Big Boss Types. These are the bulky and slow-moving bosses, especially the Frostbite boss, a classic example of a clunky, overpowered brute. This boss is unmatched in one thing: getting destroyed by its own minions. Only this boss can be defeated by its own small fry. The same applies to the magic boss. Since these bosses are slow and bulky, for bulky bosses like this, just use strong ultimates. This will give your plants the upper hand. Seven. Big Wave Beach Boss. This boss is a threat mainly because it summons sharks and Ulysses. Its root-sucking ability. Some might think, isn't seaweed great for this? It is effective, but the boss can force plants to move forward one tile. This makes defensive formations less useful. As for the root-sucking ability, it works similarly to the Pirate Sea's boss bomb. However, with Electric Pea Shooter's ultimate, you can break through even the toughest defenses and interrupt the skill. Most ranged plant ultimates can also disrupt the boss. You'll need to aim at the exposed shark to deal effective damage. Iceberg lettuce and torchwood are not affected by root sucking, so they can be used safely. You can even glitch lantern plant to last permanently by waiting 30 seconds in the selection screen. 8. Sky City Boss. Some players might think 3 Bamboo Chain, see you next time, can handle the Sky City boss. But Sky City is modeled after the modern-day world, summoning tornadoes and projectiles constantly. Banana Launcher is the perfect counter. Plants like Tall Nut are also great for defense. Finally, there's the Dinosaur Boss. This boss is one of the harder ones to defeat. Counter it with plants like kale, or combine with torchwood. The boss doesn't have a glaring weakness, so you'll need to rely on raw damage. So did this broaden your horizons?